Live from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Keto Cooking. Okay, today we're going to be making pepper steak with jalapeno peppers and onions. But the twist to this is going to be I'm making a Parmesan taco shell. I'm going to be cutting up the jalapeno peppers, dicing them up. Already did the onions, diced them up kind of small. And we will be putting this all together. A little Tommy spice. This will be done in a non-stick pan. For some odd reason, it seems that they sort of crisp up a little bit better with not so much oil or butter. So I'll be dicing these up. Now, I took the seeds out because sometimes with the seeds, Marie don't particularly care for it because some of them might be a little hot, but they're good. I'm liking them more and more for some reason. And plus the carb count's a little bit low. Hey, get in there. Yep. In the pot. Alright, mix these around, put a little Tommy spice on them. Heating up the pan. And we'll get this party started. Now, I put a little bit of olive oil in, just a tiny bit, just to keep everything happy, and flip them around a little bit. A little more Tommy spice on them. And just let these go. These will brown up nice. Now, into my little Mighty Max, I have 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese, 1 tablespoon of pork rinds, ground pork rinds. Mix them all up together. A little bit of Tommy spice. And I'm going to be putting them in a smaller pan, and I'm going to make this taco shell. Now, the other night I made crackers in the oven with them, and I'm telling you what, they were absolutely delicious. 0 carb. So, brainstorming, and here's the end result that I come up with. Now, that's on a stick. That's one of my pastry sticks. When I used to make homemade pasta, I used to use that stick to hang them on. But I figured it's round, and I'll be able to put the cheese on there. This one came out pretty good. Now, this is some of my top sirloin that I had bought a while back. Cut them up, and I put them in the freezer bags. And this is some of the applications that I use it for. Now, it's semi-frozen. This makes it much easier for me to slice. So as you can see, I'm slicing them up pretty thin. This is to make them a little bit more tender, and they'll cook up even and much faster. Don't take a lot of time. Now, with that said, I'm going to trim some fat off for some of it because on the sirloin, sometimes the fat can be very tough, very grizzly. So we'll trim this all off. Now, you know, I've been noticing a lot of people on YouTube talking about keto's okay, but you make the same stuff over and over again. Well, that could be true, but in reality, when I remember when I was a kid, we had certain day was pasta night, spaghetti night. One night was pork chop night, and so it's basically that's the way I grew up anyway. The same food, week after week after week. This time it's how you do it. All right, not the same old stuff. We can't be having breads or can't have any kind of starches. So to keep it in the realm of keto, you got to play with your food. I always say. So we're going to try different things. So today I've decided to make a little pepper steak into a taco shell. And after all, when I filmed this, it was Tuesday, so going it the right way. All right, well, I'll get these sliced up nice and thin. The thinner, the better. And there again, like I said, they're semi-frozen, and that's the best way to cut up your meat like that if you want to get it nice and thin. There's the beef. That old commercial. Where's the beef? Well, here it is. All right. This is sliced pretty thin. Still a little semi-frozen. Best way to do it. A little semi-frozen, and it slices much easier. You can get it nice and thin. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in a pan. I'm going to try to dry it off a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to be sauteing it up. And then I'm going to be adding in my peppers and onions. Pan. Jalapenos and onions. Mix this around. This joke is just about done. I'm going to put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce on here, and this is has a little bit of sugar in it and 1 carb for a teaspoon. So I'm just going to put a little bit on just for flavor, not too much. Not a real big fan of it, but sometimes you just want that little bit of a taste. So spin it around a little bit. You gotta be real careful with condiments. That's where all the hidden sugars and stuff are. Now, I mean, this is just a regular pepper steak. Only I use jalapenos instead of. I'm liking jalapenos more and more. I don't know why, but and I'm going to try it in a different way. I always say, play with your food. You got to come up with different ideas, different ways of doing things. You don't want the same mundane thing. Cheesesteak or Philly cheesesteak comes with bread. Can't have it. On this here stick, and we're going to try to stuff it in here. Looks like a taco. It is Tuesday, right? The moment of truth. Put some sour cream on the bottom of the cheese taco. Load it up with some beef, peppers, and onions. 1 more scoop on there. And I think a dollop of sour cream will do the trick. Can't wait to taste it. Talk with my mouth full. On the same token, no? It's coming out pretty good. Just a little tweaking on them, on the cracker part itself, the cheese part itself. This one is a little bit too thick. But this will work. 0 carb. Actually, the only carb on this whole thing is more than likely going to be a little bit of the onion, a little bit from the pepper, and from there, what's this here sauce. Alright, hope you enjoyed. Try it, play with your food. See you next time. Keto cooking.